Good morning, it is Clay Trader at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they unfold live. Market opens up here in less than a minute, so let's see what happens. All right, I just got filled at 86.15, just 100 shares, and this is exactly why I wanted to do just 100 shares. Just because, whoops, I know this one can move fast, and just like that, when I was throwing out an order, I got filled on it that quick for $70. And that's the one downside of only going with 100 shares. It doesn't give me much leeway, where if I had 200 shares, then I could have just done 100 shares out there. I suppose, I could have done 25 or 50 shares, but for logistical sake, I like to just do 100 share lots. But there's always trade-offs. I was able to control risk a lot better that way, but at the same time, like I said, I wasn't able to scale out. So let's see if I can find another entry point here. I was hoping the GWPH would get a little more volatile. It's kind of caught in this tight little range right now. We'll see if it can break out in either direction. Then I'm going to get a little more interested. But right now it's kind of just slowed down. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still about $1, $2 range that it's bouncing back around in, but I'm looking for a little bit more activity out of it, so we'll see if that can happen or not. I'll keep you updated. Got an order out there on DDD right now, 14.25 on the short side, so still got some work to do there, but looking like it might start to try to get overextended again. I'm still watching GWPH with a very close eye. And surfing around some other areas too, but not seeing anything right now that I want to get into. And it's Monday morning, so I always try to strive, to do my best on a Monday morning to kind of set myself on the right foot for the rest of the week. So, but I am still actively searching. Like I said, I got the fishing orders out here, so let's see if I can find something else. All right, so I have an order to short at 85.95, and then I'm gonna put a stop at 86.02. So I'm risking 7 cents. So $7 loss, but because this one can move fast, I could make a lot more than $7 for what I'm risking. But the first step in this whole plan needs to be that the price just gets back up and hits 85.95. So now it's looking like it's gonna maybe go down there and test the bottom of this channel up here. So we'll see what happens, but still have that fishing order out there on DDD. Have a plan in here for GWP, but like I said, first part of the plan, well, maybe it's going to finally break down on the low side here. But that's what I'm seeing currently. DDD nearing the $14 break, not quite there. So I would like to try to capture this on video just so we can see how the price reacts when it breaks through 14. Ideally, I want to see it shoot up there very quick and get me filled. So I want to see a surge through 14 and then get me filled up at 14.25. So we'll give it a few more moments here to see if it can break through 14. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause it. If I'm still watching it and it looks like it's going to break, I'll get the video going again. Okay, there we go. There's the break. So now it's moving. Let's see if it can get up there to 14.25. Yeah, not exactly the break I was looking for. So I'm going to keep on moving and looking. I'll keep that order out there for the next several minutes. There we go. All right. It's working its way up there. All right, I will pause it. I'll keep you updated. For you longer time listeners, I also kind of use this as almost like something just where I can document my feelings and just talk to myself, as weird as that may sound. But if you trade, you understand that we have voices in our head and stuff. But I'll be honest, this is kind of one of those mornings where, I don't know, I'm trying to think like a gift. You see a gift and you're thinking, oh, that gift is going to be so great. It is going to produce, I'm going to love that gift. That's how I was feeling about this one this morning. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to come across like I'm greedy or not thankful. I mean, I did make $70, like you saw, in a matter of, 30 seconds. but I really thought this one would be a lot more volatile than what it is. And as you see, it's just a tight little range here, and not exactly what I was hoping. I was hoping it would be, the first 2 minutes right there. I mean, that was a good move right there. I mean, it may not look like that much on the chart, but this was a multiple dollar move here, and then since then, it's really almost cut itself in half, and it's just been going oh so tight. So I'm disappointed is what I'm getting at here. I was expecting a lot more out of it, and I suppose there's some other things moving, but I haven't necessarily been searching the market as hard as I usually do, just because I was just been waiting and waiting. And even this move right here, it started to break down. And I'm thinking, all right, here we go. We're going to get some sort of, collapse, and, it's going to get, create, the type of, setups that I like. And nope, now it just entered into even a tighter range. So it's just one of those mornings, and they happen. And, I like to, for you people that have watched a lot of them, that I like to try to keep it real. And you know what? Sometimes this is what happens. You identify something in pre-market that's moving all over the place, and you're thinking, oh, this thing is going to be great. Or it could not, just in any area of trading, you may be thinking this thing is going to be great for my strategy, whatever that strategy may be. And then it kind of turns out to be, disappointing. Now, something could change. I mean, this could get really volatile again, but, I'm not going to lie. I thought for sure this was going to be a fantastic video with all sorts of trading being caught in it, because this thing was going to be bouncing all over the place. I mean, you saw that first trade. I was in and out, and I shocked myself with how fast it was moving. So that's how I thought it was going to go. But so far, not so good. So I guess if anything, hopefully people can learn from this video that sometimes things just don't go the way you think they're going to go. I mean, you could have high hopes for something, and it just doesn't work out that way. And, as traders, that's just something we have to accept and acknowledge that happens. Is, sometimes the gift that we think we're getting is kind of like which is a terrible analogy, because it's a gift in the first place, so you shouldn't be greedy about it or unthankful. So that's probably a bad analogy, but you get the point. Sometimes we have our expectations, we're thinking something, we have high hopes for something, and then all of a sudden it just disappoints. That happens in trading too. So I'd like to at least try to capture one more trade here, but as I always say, I'm not going to force a trade for the sake of the video. If anything, we'll just make it a learning lesson, what I just kind of blabbed on about. So let's see if I can capture one more trade though. And I'll also talk about the guide real quick, since I know people will ask. And yeah, just one of those mornings. So I'd like to short at 1475, but if you just pay attention to what happens here, you'll see it flash over there and then disappear, which lets you know that, so you see it red there, there are no shares to short. So here is a one that could be a very nice mover, and can't even short it from the short side. So, but I do need to get this alerted in the chat room real quick. Okay, there, that alert is made. In case somebody wants to try to play it from the long side. At this current state, I'd only be interested in the short side, but there might be some people out there that want to take it, from the long side. So, all right, let's talk about that guide real quick. So the question I get most often, and I mean rightfully so, I think a logical person would ask, I'm not saying that I have all the right reasons, but I mean it's a very logical question to ask. Hey, how are you finding these stocks that I see you trading, in your live trade videos and such? So what I've done is just put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I'm using to locate the stocks, such as GWPH that you saw me trade, and the other ones that I've been at least trying to trade. So how am I finding these? Well, all the tools are listed right here. The guide's totally free. Good risk versus reward. Like I said, if it's totally worthless to you, hey, you didn't spend any money on it. But if it really helps you out, then awesome. That's a lot of potential reward for yourself. So like I said, if you're interested, you can click right there and the guide will be emailed to you. And maybe this is cheesy. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest with you, because I'm one of those people that I used to think, I'm like, all right, I get enough. I see your kid, but I'm totally one of those people now. So the other reason is I just had my son last night. So I'm not doing that much, so there we are. I don't know if, I know I've never done this before, maybe this isn't the first, but I'm announcing right here on the video. So Trip Joseph. So I'm going to be headed back to the hospital there, so I want to get at least a little trading in, but also, like I said, not do anything stupid, not force anything, because I'm in a very good mood right now. So outside of being a little disappointed on the action for GWPH, I'm not nearly as disappointed as I probably normally would be, just because, hey, I got something a little extraordinary that is happening right now. So with that, I think I'm going to wrap this up, and I I don't really apologize. I caught one trade, but that was really it. But that's my reasoning. So it is what it is. This is the whole point of these live trade videos, to keep it as real as possible. So yeah, I guess I take back that apology. If you didn't like it, that's fine. Good news for you. I have like 300 other live trade videos you can go back and watch if you want to see more action. But like I said, this is real time. This is what's actually happening. And sometimes things get a little crusty like this, but it is what it is. So thank you for watching. Everybody have a great rest of the week.